Hey everybody, welcome back to week 13 on the TOS Enterprise, and got more painting done for the German infantry. And yes, it is Saturday that I'm posting this, getting it up, and I apologize. The week's been really good. I mean, there's a lot of painting and on the German infantry and getting things squared away there. And I know I was saying in the video, but man, the hand painting sometimes takes a little bit. And I know that, but wow, there's a lot of equipment, and it looks good. It's getting there. And then yesterday I was working on the secondary hull and trying to get things planned out, worked out for the shuttle bay, and I figured it out today. I found a workaround, so I'm not going to take away from that. But that's why the video is getting posted late. Is I did not want to end yesterday going, okay, well I tried, guys, but hey, we'll look at it next week. No, I wanted to get the shuttle bay where I can get, so it's lit, everything's going to go good, and I think I got a good workaround. So you guys tell me that if you think that this is a better idea, what I did. So with that though, if you are new to my channel, please click on the subscribe button, click on the little bell. You'll know every time I upload, especially when it's late, like Saturday. And also, if you have a question about something you saw me do, a question about a way I painted, or a question about wiring, all that, please put it in the comment section. And if you would like, you can also say, hey Buck, can you do a video just going through the points of just doing what this task or whatever, whatever you got a question about. Please ask me, and I'll probably, and most likely and definitely will put a video together and post it. Also, I like to hear from, hey Buck, great job. Hey Buck, well maybe, or hey Buck, what the heck were you thinking, man? Put in the comment section. I usually respond within 12 to 24 hours. So with that, everyone, let's get to the bench, see all the painting, and then the frustration with the shuttle bay. Good Tuesday afternoon. Yes, back in the studio. And I have to admit something. I usually paint with what I feel and how I feel and what I see. And then, and with the troops, I thought I was coming really, really close to what the uniform actual color was. Because if you look at the back of these guys, now the front shows that field green, but in the back it's kind of more grayish on this, and then on this one it's more field green. So my lovely wife went to go help me get some replacement paints, and I made sure she picked one up because I wanted to see. So this one I have repainted, well, for the most part. I still got things to do, but put this with the field green, and this is what I did. And honestly, after doing a lot more research and looking at the uniforms, I have to agree. I like this better. So I'm going to be going and getting these guys squared away too. So yeah. So there's a lot of painting. And also checking out the fixes I did for the windows. And you'll notice sometimes you might have to add a little bit more, but that's a good thing. You go back and feel, and you can feel where it's not where you want it. And the great thing about this micro crystal clear is what's on the styrene you can scrape off. So first things first, I am going to get this going again with some of that some more crystal clear to touch up those windows. And while those are getting dry, I'm going to start working on getting the troops more squared away now, and get the rest of that little bit of painting done, because yeah, I want to get these guys more along, the German infantry anyway. So let me get the crystal clear in this, and I'll start getting these guys. And yeah, I'll be back when I have more to show. Okay guys, I'm painting, as you know, as I hope I said, but I want to show you something. Normally I would try to airbrush the uniform. Let me just zoom out a little bit. So, oh, not there. Okay, right there. I usually try to airbrush the uniform on, but I wanted to, and I usually, like I said, I hand paint the rest, but I want to see how this is going to do, because what I'm doing right now, and I'll just show you, is I'm going back and covering everything up, and I want to show you something I've learned about doing hand painting on certain things. So let's say I got this guy, and you load your brush, and then you just start going in and getting it into all the little nooks and crannies. Now I'm going to switch it to the back because I want to show you what I'm talking about. So if you ever, have you ever gone, oh my gosh, I think I got too much paint? And yes, that'll happen. As you can see right there, I got a lot of paint right there. And that's okay because it's going to help with what I need to do. And those could be repainted. But like I say, if you get too much, don't try to worry about it. Just start pulling it down, pulling it around, trying to blend it, you know, use it where you can so you don't have to put, you're not trying to put such a big glob of paint, and then definitely, do that with your brush because you're going to need to, trust me. And learning where all the things are. And the face and the boots are the one thing I'm going pretty close on trying to protect because as you can see, this field green is give me just a second and I'll show you. So just real quick second. Okay, so this is the XF65 that's in all the T.B.I instructions I just showed you too. The one that looks more gray than green gray. Well, this is filled gray, but this is, like you see, it is definitely a bit more green than gray, which is fine. I mean, it's fine. I like it because it means I was doing some of the paintings wrong before, and trust me, I will go and fix up the guys that I've already got onto the base. I'll get their uniforms cleaned and touched back up. And then, like I said, if you do kind of get some paint on something, you're like, oh no, it's okay, because you're going to paint over that, and the black will cover the green real well. But I just didn't want to do all the fill green. If I have to only do a little bit of a touch up on certain things, that's fine, because I'll be going back in with the black to do the webbing, and I can fix that up. But and like you said, if you go, oh my gosh, I went too far, and you don't want to try to cover all that up, I just take a Q-tip and I just wipe right down. This has not been sealed yet, so that's a good thing. But before I start doing the bits of detail painting, I'm going to go ahead and seal these guys so I can get those squared away. So if I do make a mess, then I can just wipe it off real easy. Because that clear gloss coat's going to give me that protection of the base paint, like you saw on when I was doing things on the Enterprise. And yes, the Enterprise is still going to be worked on. I just want to get these guys squared away. But yeah, so, and then I just kind of go and look and make sure everything's at least covered. And I'm not surprised, I might have to go back and do another touch-up round, but hey, that's okay. So that is, you go here. I've already got the mortar team done, and now I'm working on these guys. So let me get back to it, and I'll come back and show you what it looks like. Well, good Wednesday afternoon. I've been going hard today, this morning, painting, as you can tell. And I didn't think you guys want to see it, but let's show you this. Maybe if I don't drop it again. Here are, started the canteen. Well, let's see if I can get it in focus. There you go. Canteens. E-tools. Got to do a little bit more touch up on those. Just extra cases, and what else do I have here that I can share with you? Oh yeah, these guys came out. Oh, I can get to show one. These guys are done, and it looks like I left enough so I could show you what I did, because this hand painting definitely can take a bit of time, especially when I'm trying to get all the detail in and all that. So yeah, I didn't think you guys want to sit here and watch me hours and hours doing this, but there is something I do want to share with you on doing some hand painting. So let me get things moved around a little bit, and I'll come back and I'll share with you. Okay, definitely zoomed in here. So I'm going to touch up the khaki, and that's the these are the bedrolls or bags, and it's the XF49 khaki is what they call for. So yeah, why not? So let me find a brush. My brushes. I got all my brushes out. Tell you what, man. And let me see. Is that the one I was using, or is it that one? No. Nope. Okay, so what I've done is, like I said, I already did the base painting to begin with, and then I went and put in the black for the straps. And then you see how it's kind of gone away from all that. So what I like to do a lot of times is I won't brush off the brush very much, but what I like to do is have a little bit on there, and then what you want to do is just let the paint just do what it does. It'll go into where that strap dead ends, you know, where it should be. And I know this is kind of hard with me being this close. I'm going to try, let's see, maybe that'll work better. Okay, move this here. So as you can see, the black's kind of going crazy on this, and that's fine. So when I come back in to do touch-ups, I want to, like I said, have my brush a little bit more paint on it than normal. And then what I do is I just come in and I'll lightly brush that on there and let gravity do the work. And let's see if I can do that now a little bit more so you guys can see it. So I'm going to go back here on these two. And as you can see, the strap is really, I got a little aggressive on the black. But again, I just kind of load my brush. And very lightly, I'll just let that start pooling. And if I got to move it, I got to move it just a bit. But you see how I'm letting the gravity do the work on that paint? So I'm not trying to get this, you know, that line as, you know, I just letting gravity pull it into those creases. And that's the great thing with, to me, is, or, you know, any really good liquid paint is like this. You can come back in and do the touch-ups, and you can just ever so gently start coming in and redefining those straps like so. Like I said, I just like I said, I load the paint up, brush a little bit more than normal, and then I just let it go. So sorry about that, guys. So I'm gonna get back to work because I still got the troops to do, but this is getting there. So that's what it's been the last couple of days, just doing this little bit of painting. And it's not a little bit, it's a lot. But I'm basically doing all hand painting. So I'm going to get back to it, guys. I'll come back when I have more to share. Good morning, Thursday, and yes, back to work. Got these guys glossed, all the equipment, and now I'm going to do a bit of, you know, the aging process or the weathering process that I do. Let me move that real quick because I might be needing that one. And, okay, actually I'll use that one instead. Alright, sorry guys. Just getting things around. So if you're new to my channel, there's a lot of different ways to do weathering. But on the equipment on these guys, on the T.B.I figures and that, I have found that the Panaline accent works really well for what I'm trying to achieve. Now, first, these have all been painted to where they need to be, so then I gave it a gloss coat to seal that in, and you need to do that before you try any of this Panaline accent weathering, because if you do it without doing a gloss coat, if there's any dust, any particulates, or anything just from you painting, the T.B.I Panaline accent will pick it up. That's why I always clear coat it before I do this process. And it's pretty simple. I mean, let me show you, close the lid. So this is a Panaline accent, and I also have gray and I also have brown to help me with certain things. But the black does really, really well, and I use it for a lot of things. So basically the biggest first thing I do is make sure there's nothing that doesn't need to be on there. Dang cats, I tell you, I'm always cleaning my stuff. And they don't even come into my studio much anymore. But alright, so I just go and I just start doing that. I just get some on there, and it can be heavy or light, because the next process I do after I get these guys to that point is, I'll show you, but I want to make sure I've gotten everything pretty well where it needs to go. And one little brush can do a heck of a lot on some things. Okay, so that's set there now. Now what I'm going to do is basically I'll take a paper towel and I'll just come in and I'll just I just pat it. I'm not trying to take off everything, just taking off the excess, and then you get that. Now I'm going to let that dry, and once that gets dry, I will do a matte coat and seal that all in. So it works great on the weapons too. Might have to paint that a little bit more black. I don't know. I gotta take a look at it again. But so basically with weapons, one little brush can do, one little coat can do a whole heck of a lot. And I try to make sure I'm always getting underneath of it and everything. So as you can see, that's great. Now again, like I said, I just use for this I'll just use a paper towel and I'll just blot it. You see? And I'm not even going to do it much more. And there we go. Now I'm going to research and make sure I've got that painted right. I thought I did, but probably not, because I'll look at it and I'll take care of that. But for the other things, I have Q-tips too. And the reason for the Q-tips for a lot of this is if you get things like this, these ammo cans, and you get where there's crevices and all that fun junk, you're going to need that Q-tip. And just keep it going. Just make sure everything's around. And then, like I said, with the Q-tip, I'm not doing very hard. I just want it to start picking up the excess. I don't want it to go overboard, but I don't want it to be too thin either, or too much. So sometimes I will just do that. I'll wipe it down and just keep doing that. And I don't wipe it all off, trust me. I'm just taking up the big things. And now you can see it gives it a little bit more age, a little bit flavor. So yay. So that's where I'm at, guys. And then after I get these all squared away and they're drying, I'm getting back to the Enterprise, because I've spent, this will be, once I get these coated, it'll be 2.5 days, but that's fine. I have no problem with that. But I am missing the getting work done on the secondary hull. So let me get these guys ready to get these guys finished, and I'll come back. Well, good afternoon, Friday, and yes, I was going to start recording this morning, but I kind of got fixated, and yeah. So I've been working on the lighting, as you guys know. So what I've done so far is I've just one LED strip on this side down and one on this side, and I was hoping one would give the brightness I need, but it didn't, so I did that. Then I'm still working on the hanger and everything. And just so you know, guys, don't put your bulb up this far, because they won't go in. It won't get to where it needs to be. So I'm going to run it right there, or I'm going to clip those off and run it right there and see how that goes, because I'm trying to light up the back, and then I'm also got to light up these guys. So I went and did some more sanding, and I've got that about sanded as far as I want to. One side it does great. Let me see if I can show you. One side you get a little bit more space, which is fine. It's far up enough that I want, but I still have to be able to run a light to here. The problem I'm finding is trying to still get the back lit better. And I have, like I said, I have taken things down. So I'm just still working on it. And like I said, I didn't replace the glass. I just did that. So that's what I'm working on right now, guys, is trying to get that figured out and show you. I kind of started going over these this morning. So I got everything matte spray painted, and I used the Rust-Oleum. And some of it looks good, some of it doesn't. So it looks still too shiny. So I went with my Vallejo matte gloss, and the funny thing is it actually came out more shiny with the matte than it did the gloss. So I'm trying another technique with it to see if, because I had it really thin, so maybe I brushed it down and gave it a little bit more, and to see how that goes. So that's there. So right now I'm going to keep working on this. I got another new idea. Just running wires and getting things, because I still need to, before I even put this together after the shuttle, I get the shuttle bay and all that in and put this together, I still have to run the wires from the neck and the pylons, so I got to get that figured out and then get this sealed up and get done working on those seams and get some more paint down. But give me just a few minutes. I'm going to try something and see if it works, and if it does, I will share. Good morning, Saturday, and yes, Saturday. I haven't put a video up yet because a couple things happened yesterday. One, I was, like I said, I started working with the shuttle bay and everything, and let's just say it's been kicking my behind. And then my lovely granddaughter was here, and there was that point yesterday that it was, okay, it's Papa time. So, sorry, yes, Papa was there. So, big thing was I was getting frustrated with this. So, taking the shuttle bay out. So the first thing I did, let me zoom out just a bit so I keep it in camera. So the first thing I did is like, oh, well, I got, Ralph's board, lights and stuff. So I was like, okay, let me try to do that. So what I did, as I put in the bulb, the LED right here, so it would definitely focus light here and into the window. It's like, okay, well, let me try the top. So for the top, I decided, well, heck, I got nano LED strip tape, so I tried this. Did not do what I wanted it to do. So then I was like, okay, well, let me take out some of the girders in there. So I still have that essence, but it gives me a little bit more room to work with the lighting. So I tried again with that, and yeah, no. So I was like, all right, Buck, what are you gonna do? What can you do to keep this open? Because not only do I have to light the shuttle bay, I gotta light the end on here with this above the shuttle bay, and then I gotta light these 3 lights down the spine, and all this down the spine. I'm going, oh crap, what am I doing? So, like I said, I spent the rest of yesterday evening with my granddaughter and got into, can't remember what we were watching, but it got me into thinking, and by that I mean it just, sometimes when you get frustrated with the kit, guys, take a step back. You're like, I can do this, I know how to do this, oh, what the heck is going on? And then you get frustrated and you kind of throw it, and so I took a much needed break, and like I said, I spent with my granddaughter because for the majority of the week I was working on the German troops, and yes, those are getting there. But then I was like, okay, I would love to start getting some things done. So like I said, I put in the LED strip tape, I got the strobes on the back, but then the whole thing was just getting this, and it just frustrated me. So what I ended up doing is I have white SMD LEDs. So this is the 402, and as you can see, they're small, but these things go like crazy bright. I'm just making sure, I got to make sure I keep these guys separate. And if you're ever kind of curious and wondering, okay, do I have a white? Because you have, you get things like, oh, I'm messing. So one of the great things with these is also you can, let me see, I got 603s. Thought I had another one down here, but maybe not. But, alright. So, the 603s is what I'm using. And get these guys out. And yes, sometimes these guys can be a pain in the bum. They're a little bit smaller, and I'm going to do a look around, see what else I got. But usually you can tell a white SM LED is, the bulb is more yellow, and the ones that aren't white, let me see if I can find a good representation, because I have a plethora of these guys. And so the ones that aren't white will always, let me see here. Okay, I'll do this one. Okay, you see how that is a clear, well, maybe if I actually can get it so you can see it. You see how that's actually a clear on there? Okay. Remember, I said the white ones will be more, have a more of a yellower lens on it, and the other ones don't. So let me get this lovely person hooked up, maybe. Okay, there we go. So that is red. Let me turn this off so you can see it a little better. That's red. Oh, maybe let me do this. Let me turn that one off too. What the heck? Okay, as you can see, that's red. Okay? So, I had to go, been finding things, but in the essence, what I am doing, let me turn this one on real quick, is essence, I'm putting SM LEDs in here. So this is the only one I'm running for this one. But I'm going to run another SM LED on the other side of the ship. And I've done the same thing with this. And what you end up getting, I've found myself, one, you're still going to have to sand off the shuttle bay around a little bit. Especially the top, don't go as drastic as I did, but that's okay. I can live with that. So I hook these, let me get this other one in there. And yeah, look at me, I'm all thumbs. Okay. So then we're gonna, get it, and I'm gonna test it, and show you that, guys. So there is. Let me turn this off again. So there is that. Now the shuttle bay is not glued in. It's just gonna get kind of faced in there. So then you start seeing. Let me find out which one. Hold on, give me 2 seconds. Let me find out which one is in the back, because I had those two together. So, but I can still run both in the negatives. And here we go. Okay, that's the front. Okay, good. That's the front. All right. So definitely gotta make sure the negatives are good. And I'm gonna get you out. And okay, that might make it a little easier. Make sure those stay separated. But now with that one in there, you're starting to see that. And yes, I'm gonna diffuse that. That's what I'm looking for. Diffuse that bulb. But yeah, so that is what I'm looking for. So take you guys off. Take you. Get rid of you. Maybe. Oh, that's the other funny thing. Okay, get rid of you. Turn you on. Okay. So turn that down. So that's the plan. That's what I'm going to do. But the other thing I wanted to share with you guys is if you decide to run a bulb like I did here and you're going into this, one thing you want to do is, as you look at it, you can see that, get a pointy stick here maybe, you can see that right here is where the pylon's going to slide into. So, and then you look right here, it slides there too. Let me see if I can, so it's going to hit, oh goodness gracious. Okay, so there's the top, and here's the bottom sleeve. So when you go to do your drilling, make sure that space right here, don't drill your hole here, but keep it down. And as you can tell, maybe you can tell, I've run it through there and on the back side here. Let me see if that helps. Let me see. Okay, so you can see how I've got this run this way, that way. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. Alright, so then I can just keep sliding the pylon back and forth in there as I need. Alright guys, let me get this cleaned up real quick, and I will come back and we'll put that next one in. Okay guys, so here is the starboard side, or port side. I'll have to, you got me. As you can see, I was doing some test drilling, getting that in there, trying to figure out the best spot. But hey, so what I am doing with this SM LED is I'm going to line it up on the back here. And the funny thing is, right where these two holes is a good spot. So I am not going to glob a whole lot of CA in there. I just want to get some in there to hold the light. So again, excuse me if I get out of camera. Alright, and do I have a lot more brushes here? Alright, so because that's where I want to put it, right there, I'm going to just do this. I'm going to rub some CA in there. Then I am going to just try to set that in there. Easy, and hold it there. And sometimes it can be a little squirt, you know, it can be a little bit of a pain, but that's okay. because, alright, what I need to do is sometimes I will use my finger or something else like a toothpick, or I'll just, like I said, I'll just put some pressure there with my finger, try to get that to hold in, and as you can see now it's in there, it's in that groove. Okay. So, well, almost in that groove. Then I have to use, burn it. Alright. Okay. The fun that this can be sometimes. Okay. Put you there. Put you over here. Get you out of the way. Okay, I'm just going to brush a little bit more on there. And hopefully, this time, this sucker is going to want to stick better. And usually these things, there's always a little bit of an issue with these guys sometimes, but normally I can, let me do this. I got a longer set now. So again, I'm going to take this. You know what? Sometimes the long isn't what you need. Come here. Get my twisty ones here. My ones with that have that bend in them. Makes it easier to get to some things. And again. Okay. Dang it! I tell you what, it's only because I'm trying to show you guys how I do this, and it's wanting to play games. It wants to sit in that hole. Alright guys, let me get this on there and then I'll be right back. I'm not going to make you watch me keep trying to do this. Okay, had to use two tweezers. One to hold it and one to push down. But it is now there, and let's have some light. There we go. There is now light. Alright, so that's how I'm going to light the shuttle bay and take care of these with the Nano SMDs. Love them, really do. I do love them. They're fun, they're great, and they definitely work in a small spot. But I was going to try to use my SMLED tape first, and that didn't work out so well, and then I just went through. But hey, good. Now I can get this lovely lady, and not the lady, but the shuttle bay into where it needs to be and start doing wires. Yay! So, fun, finally. Alright. And then yes, I'm definitely going to have to do a lot of cleanup work and fixing when I get these guys when I get it put together, or before I get it put together, and yeah. So, alright guys, well, I'm going to get back to it, and let me see if I'm going to do anything else, or got these guys on and kind of take a break and see where I want to go next, or what I am going to do. But first I'm going to clean up, so I will be returned. Alright guys, well this is where I'm going to end it and get this video put together and get it loaded up so you guys can see it. So as you can see, it was definitely a week of paint for the German infantry troops, and lots of equipment. And like I said, I found that fill gray, which is more of a really greenish, as you can tell. That's filled gray for the Germans. But okay, and yes, I said, you know what, that actually is working better after I redid a lot of the went and researched things. But yes, so these guys are getting there. And then the frustration, not bad frustration, but definitely had to figure out a good workaround, and I did. So I went with the SMD LEDs, and I'm happy with that. And no, nothing's glued yet. But then, so next week I'll be working on getting the secondary hull wired all the way down through, and getting ready to, goal is to get it put together and start working on the seam so I can get some paint down on that. And then I'm going to finish up with these guys and get them ready to go on the base and that. But yeah, so again, guys, I'm sorry the video is coming up so late, or it's getting posted so late, but hey, I didn't want to put it together yesterday because I didn't have a really good conclusion for this week for you guys, but now I do. So, with that, guys, have a great, safe, and fun weekend. Have a fun and safe work week next week, and I'll see you back here on the bench.